Hi, this is Sarah Close with Keller Williams Realty, and we're here today with Sean Huss from First Place Bank. And the reason we're talking today is one of the things we hear an awful lot about are obviously that rates are at all-time lows. And we find that there's a lot of confusion with our clients to what the refinance process actually looks like. And so Sean's going to help clear up some of that for us today. And hopefully you might learn something about this that might help you decide if it's a good thing for you to consider doing, or if you're good where you are as far as your current note is concerned. But we're excited to have him, so thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Again, with where the current market is today, rates on mortgages are at all-time low. So I've been doing this for 18, 19 years. I've not seen mortgages this low. So pretty much if you have a mortgage out there today, you need to be considered about refinancing for multiple reasons. Obviously to reduce your interest rates, to reduce the term on your mortgage. So maybe take it from a 30-year to a 20-year.
What would that look like if someone did a term reduction? Would their payments stay the same, or what would happen with their rate?
A lot of variables go into that based on where your interest rate is now, basically where it's going to go to now. I mean, if you go from a 6% 30-year to a 3.5 15-year, that might keep your payment the same, but knock a lot of years off, which could result into hundreds of thousands of dollars in savings and interest. So that's very key. Some of the surprises out there that consumers might not be aware of is there are minimum to no closing cost options that you can maybe refinance with no closing cost. And that means we're not adding it to the principal balance. That means we're crediting all closing costs. So there's a lot of things that play into that. Credit scores. What is borrower's credit scores? Right now, 740 plus gets you the best deal. On a 30-year fixed, when you drop in term to a 15-year, credit scores don't play into it as much.
Oh, interesting.
So credit scores, loan to value, do you have a second mortgage? So a lot of things play into what opportunities exist for each and every borrower. So every situation is different. So the days of calling and say, what's your mortgage rate today, doesn't play out that way because we have to take in consideration what the loan to value is, what the credit scores are, what the value of your home is. Another important piece is there are programs out there where maybe you're in a depreciating market and basically you don't think you have the value to refinance, and maybe you're encountering PMI. So there are programs out there where we can still avoid the PMI if the appraisal does not hit the 80% mark, maybe the value went down.
And the PMI is that extra cost that goes onto the loan that insures the loan?
Correct.
Okay, so keep the payment down then if we don't have to.
Correct, but you would like to avoid PMI at all costs. So basically if your current mortgage is owned by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, basically we can find some appraisal relief that if you're at 100% financing and basically Fannie or Freddie owns the property, basically you still exempt from paying mortgage insurance. So those are important programs out there that we're seeing a lot of those, just because we're in a part of time that where the property values are appreciated.
Market can be a little rough out there. So absolutely. How long does it normally take to go through a refinance process, like from beginning to end? How long should someone expect that to take?
Right now, if you do not have a second mortgage, we're getting them done in 3 to 4 weeks right now, even with the crazy volumes going through the system. If you do have a second mortgage, we're relying on another bank to approve a second mortgage for subordination, which could take a little bit longer. So I would say at the max, you're probably looking at 45 days at First Place Bank. Many of the other lenders are at least 60 to 90 days out right now. But we're pretty much 45 days or less, assuming it's a smooth transaction, the borrower's getting everything back to us in a time. There's another thing to think about is as you're looking to maybe move up in price range of home or get a bigger home or downsizing, something to also consider is with the adjustable rates being so low is maybe refinancing what you have today to reduce your mortgage payment and or maybe get some equity out for the next house. Again, what you're seeing is, what I'm seeing from a lot of the real estate agents out there is you're going to have a better chance of buying that next house up if you do not have a contingency reserve. So basically, if your equity is stuck in your house, it's harder to get it out. So you'd want to refinance, at least get the payment lower and or maybe pull some equity out before you put your house on the market if it's something you knew you're going to do in the next 12 to 24 months. So taking advantage of the rates, that way if you do come into having to carry 2 homes short term, you've got a cheaper payment on the first, and again, you're allowing you to get equity out for the purchase of the new home.
Yeah, that's a great point, and it really puts you in a good position as far as negotiating with that extra seller, as Sean was saying.
Most definitely.
Great deal. Cool. And that was my next question. What types of documentation should a borrower be prepared to bring to you guys to find out if refinancing is going to be a good option for them?
The basics are, we say 2, 2, and 2. So your last 2 pay stubs, your last 2 years W-2s, and your last 2 months bank statements.
Okay.
So that'll pretty much get the application process started. At any time, anybody can call me. They can visit my website and complete an online loan application, or
Okay.
get my contact information, and it could be a 3-minute conversation to see if it's something that's worth their while or not.
Okay, so they can get a lot of that online?
Yes, they
Okay.
just go to www.shawnhuss.com, which
Okay,
is spelled
perfect.
SHAWNHUSSAN.com.
Terrific, and they can do the online application there?
Correct.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much. I appreciate your giving us a little insight into what to expect with refinancing and why some of that might be a good choice. Even if you're not thinking of selling, this is one way that you can get your cost of your current home to a much more manageable level, as Sean was suggesting. It's a wonderful time to be looking at investment property for the same reason that rates are as low as they are. And I really appreciate your taking the time to talk with us today. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Thank you.